All right. Setting up the problems. Okay. This is just the first step. So all we're doing is this. We're not graphing. We're just looking at this. So what I always suggest is work backwards. So it says how many of each vehicle should be parked in order to maximize income. This is what's going to tell us what to put here. So we're looking for, where does it talk about money? And it says here, charge $250 for car and $750 for bus. So $250 for car, you can put a C or put X, whatever, plus 7.5, you could use B for bus or just Y, it doesn't matter. So that helps me come back up here now. So that's step one. Step two is then come back up here and say, oh, okay, X is car and Y is bus. So I'm gonna put car here and bus here. So that's step three. Okay. Now I've used that, so I'm just gonna get rid of that because I don't need that anymore. Now it says the area of downtown parking lot is 600 square yards. The average car takes up 6 square yards and the bus 30. Okay, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about square yards. The car takes up 6, the bus takes up 30, and there's only 600, and we cannot go over that. Now again, we've used this, get rid of it. City zoning law limits the total number of vehicles. Well, right there, there's our next category. Number of vehicles to 60. Well, that means we're going to have some of these and some of these. It has to be less than or equal to that. And that's it. Now we just write 6x plus 30y less than or equal to 600. X plus, wow, don't know what happened there. X plus y less than or equal to 60. And don't forget these two. X is greater than or equal to 0. Y is greater than or equal to 0. That puts us in quadrant 1, the real world. And that's it. Okay, so we got John boats and catamarans. Let's go to the end. How many of each type to maximize profit? All right, well, there's a lot of money up here. Here's cost and here's profit. Oh, there we go. So John boat, 125, plus 200 for the catamaran. So I'm going to call this the John boat, and this is the catamaran. Doesn't matter. You could switch it up if you want. I just kind of go in order. So I've got this information used, so it's gone. Now it says they can make up to 450 John boats. Okay. So that's the number of John boats is 450. Up to and including means less than or equal. And John boats is this right here. We don't need anything there because that number only has to do with John boats. 200 catamarans. Oh, well, that's a limit on only the catamarans. Nothing here, less than or equal. So this is the number of catamarans. Now notice, compared to up here, here we had the number of vehicles total, but no limits on each individual one. Now I could have said, I don't want any more than 15 cars. Or maybe I don't want any more than 15 buses. I could have that. These lines X and Y equals are going to be those vertical and horizontal lines. This one right here is a slanted line. These are both vertical and horizontal lines. So X equals is a vertical line and this is a horizontal line. Let's see if there's any other information they give us. It costs $600 to make a John boat and $900 to make a catamaran. Cost. So $600 for a John boat. If you want to put the X here, you can. $900 for a catamaran. And how much money do they have? $360,000. That's it. Now we just bring these down. X is less than or equal to 450. Y is less than or equal to 200. This reminds me of these, also vertical and horizontal lines. The axes, basically. And then we have 600x plus 900y must be less than or equal to 360,000. That's it. All right. So here, go to the end. How many engines should be shipped to minimize shipping cost? So notice, we're minimizing shipping costs. So we need to find where does it talk about shipping costs, and here it is. It costs 30 for one and 40 to ship to two. So 30 for plant 1, 40 for plant 2. That means this is plant 1 and this is plant 2. So plant 1, plant 2. It just kind of falls in line. Now, we've gotten that information. We don't need it anymore. Go back to the beginning. The company receives two orders. Okay, plant 1 needs at least 45 engines. Okay, so this is plant 1 minimum. So that's just this one, not plant 2, at least 45. Plant 2 minimum, at least 32. What's left? The company can send at most 90 engines. That deals with both X and Y at most 90. So that has to do with the number of engines. So that's that. Anything else? Oh, plant 1 gives rebates. Worth $20. And plant 2 gives 15. Again, you can put the XY here if you want. Don't have to. And how much money they have to do that? $1,200. That's the maximum, so less than or equal. And that's it. So X greater than or equal to 45. Y greater than or equal to 32. And in this case, since this is bigger than 0, we don't actually need to put this. The X over greater than 45 overrides this. And this is overridden too. If you put it, no big deal. It's a good habit to get into. But you would end up overriding it and not needing those numbers. So if you didn't do it on here, it would be okay. Then we have the X plus Y is less than or equal to 90. And then the 20X plus the 15Y less than or equal to 1,200. That's it. Okay. Find a combination of cakes and pies to maximize income. Okay, so we're talking about money. Well, there's only $1 sign here. She's going to charge this much. So 34 for a cake. Let's just do this for the heck of it. And 16 for a pie. So let X, or in this case C, be cake. And Y, or in this case P, be pie. Again, it doesn't matter. Just showing you could use those letters. There's some letters that are not as great to use. These are fine. That's done. Don't need that line anymore. So, cake and pie. Now, this is all just fluffy fluff. She estimates that a decorated cake will take 1 hour to prepare and specialty pie, half hour. So this is preparation time. Okay, the cake is going to be 1 hour, and the pie is 0.5 hours. And again, if you want to use X, Y, C, and P, doesn't matter. She plans on working no more than 40 hours a week. Whoops. Less than or equal to 40. Oh, and she also does not, now see, you can tell there's nothing left except this one extra line. She does not want to make more than 60 pies in 1 week. So there's going to be a limit on pies. This is pie limit. Now notice, there's no other number about how many she wants to make total, no limit on cakes, that's it. So not much here. 1x plus 0.5y is less than or equal to 40, and y is less than or equal to 60, and then of course our favorites, x is greater than 0, y is greater than or equal to 0. That's it.